Corn has exploded higher plus 7.82% to $458.25, a historic single-session move that demands your attention. In this video we break down what is driving this and what it means. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. It is Tuesday, July 7th, and this is your complete global market briefing. Risk assets are outperforming as investor confidence strengthens. Let us start with a quick look at how the major global markets are positioned today. Starting with the major global indices. S&P 500 edged higher plus 0.72% to $7,537.43. Equity markets are responding to reports that European stocks rally to cap best week since May, markets wrap. NASDAQ 100 is up plus 1.26%, trading at $29,698. Equity markets are responding to reports that S&P 500, NASDAQ set for higher open as chip shares recover, the mighty 790 FTSE. Dow Jones ticked up plus 0.29% to $53,056. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500, NASDAQ close lower on tech weakness but recover after hours on strong Micron earnings, Moo, Avgo, Google in focus, StockTwits. DAX is trading higher by plus 0.93%, at $25,818. The move follows reports that oil prices opened lower as OPEC boosted production and traffic through the Strait of Hormuz resumed. FTSE 100 is trading lower by minus 0.25%, at $10,652. Equity markets are responding to reports that Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Now let us turn to some of the biggest names in global equities. Rocket Lab made a dramatic move today, plunged minus 7.34% to $93.09. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Rocket Lab falls 7%, AST SpaceMobile drops 5%, Intuitive Machines and SpaceX slip 3% as space stocks pull back. 24/7 Wall St. Neutron medium-lift rocket development is the key valuation catalyst. A successful first launch would dramatically expand the addressable market and justify a meaningful re-rating. Space Systems revenue from satellite components and manufacturing is a steady, often overlooked earnings base. Watch for any Neutron program update or new DoD launch contract. TSMC surged plus 4.08% to $451.89 in a significant session. Equity markets are responding to reports that learn all crypto topics. FEMEX Academy, FEMEX. AI chip demand has created a demand floor that insulates TSMC from the consumer electronics cycle. High-NA EUV ramp at N2 and beyond represents a technology advantage no competitor can replicate for years. Watch the next earnings call for any commentary on 2026 capacity allocation. Goldman Sachs made a dramatic move today, surged plus 3.36% to $1,055.29. Equity markets are responding to reports that Goldman Sachs valuation looks stretched despite record deal-making. Investing.com South Africa. The asset and wealth management pivot is lowering earnings volatility. Private credit exposure is a growth area but carries liquidity risk in stress. Near term, the IB deal calendar is the stock driver. Watch for any mega IPO or M&A advisory win. Toyota surged plus 3.36% to $2,923 in a significant session. Equity markets are responding to reports that Toyota's updated electric SUV is turning into a sleeper hit. Electrek. China JV profitability is under pressure from domestic EV competition. Watch for any volume data from BYD and NIO as a proxy for Toyota's China market share trajectory. Japan domestic pricing power remains strong. Now let us dig into the macro picture driving these moves. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. The move follows reports that oil prices opened lower as OPEC boosted production and traffic through the Strait of Hormuz resumed. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. Central bank policy is at the forefront of investor minds. Equity markets are responding to reports that Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Rate expectations remain a key driver for growth and technology stocks, which are highly sensitive to discount rate assumptions. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500, NASDAQ close lower on tech weakness but recover after hours on strong Micron earnings, Moo, Avgo, Google in focus, StockTwits. Turning to commodities. Brent crude ticked up to $72.13 per barrel, up 0.46% on the session. This comes as S&P 500, NASDAQ rise as oil drops and Micron earnings loom, QZ.com, adding pressure to energy markets. WTI crude ticked up to $68.78 per barrel, up 0.13% on the session. This comes as S&P 500, NASDAQ rise as oil drops and Micron earnings loom, QZ.com, adding pressure to energy markets. Natural gas climbed to $3.25, up 1.53% on the session. The move follows reports that oil prices opened lower as OPEC boosted production and traffic through the Strait of Hormuz resumed. Gold climbed to $4,187.30 per troy ounce, up 1.81% on the session. Safe haven demand is being supported by reports that still think gold is overcrowded. 3 more stocks retirees should consider instead, ranked 24/7 Wall St. Let us give you our near-term view on corn. From a momentum perspective, the next key resistance for corn sits around $485.75. A sustained break above that level could attract further institutional buying. The main risk to the upside scenario is a shift in macro conditions or central bank tone. This is our analytical view, always do your own research. In the currency markets, Euro to US dollar is at 1.15, gaining 0.25% on the day. Pound sterling to US dollar is at 1.34, gaining 0.4% on the day. US dollar to Japanese yen is at 161.45, gaining 0% on the day. The move in the dollar reflects reports that European stocks rally to cap best week since May, markets wrap. Before we wrap up, here is your watch list for the sessions ahead. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. Independent market coverage, no subscription fees, no paywalls. If this analysis saved you time and helped you think more clearly about the market, please like the video. It costs you nothing and it directly funds more content like this. Subscribe for daily coverage across indices, stocks, commodities, forex, and crypto. Tell us in the comments, what are you watching most closely right now? That is all from MTRS_Market Pulse for today. All analysis is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult a qualified financial advisor. Trade safe and we will see you in the next one. That is your full global market briefing from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe and turn on notifications for daily updates.